Hi, Tad here with Bixby Consulting. Salesforce Essentials offers a lot out of the gate, and I will show a localization for names in a business-to-consumer configuration. The standard model for Salesforce CRM is a business-to-business model, or B2B for short. The standard object model for this is one account with many contacts. But for a business-to-consumer model, one account to one contact is more appropriate, but it would involve the time and effort to create two separate but related records. In other Salesforce editions, a special person account record is available so that you can just create the one record with account and contact information in one record page. But it's still an account with a contact at the system level. One suggested option is to create one bucket account to hold all the contacts. But if you have a lot of contacts, this could pose a performance issue. Using that standard model is often the best solution, as most apps on the App Exchange work with this model, but many support person accounts as well. I've come up with a simple way to use the standard one account to one contact model, but allows the user to simply create the contact alone, with the account record automatically created and joined to the contact. Since the B2C configuration is focused on the person, all the relevant data should be stored in the contact object. We'll need to identify which accounts are accounts for individuals rather than accounts for companies. Another issue common in Asia is mixed name formats. Last names, known as family names, take precedent over first names or given names in countries like China, Japan, Singapore, and other countries in the region. But the population has its share of Westerners with Western names also. Many Asians have also adopted Western names as part of the full name, with some preferring to be addressed using a preferred name, like Robert or JK, because in some Asian countries, the names are very long and difficult for others to remember or pronounce. Here are some examples. The founder of Singapore, the late Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, is referred using the family name first, whereas James Maxwell uses the first name first. And then we have names that are a hybrid of West and East, and all in the same database. Here we see that Mei Lin has a Western name as well. The order of the Chinese given name and the Western name is somewhat arbitrary and often dictated by the legally registered name. All this poses problems when it comes to sorting. This environment of mixed name formats also makes importing of contacts quite a challenge. This video will address automating name formatting and automatic account creation when creating a B2C contact. I'll start by creating a contact for a B2C account using someone with a local Chinese name. I'll select Asian name format using this checkbox so that the full name will start with family name. The workflow will create a related account using the full name as the main part of the account name with the type of individual account type. The full name is a formula field that contains a link to the contact record. This is useful when viewing the full name in a related list that is sorted in the proper order. If I were to change the name by adding a Western name like Eloise, I can then deselect Asian name format and choose the preferred name to Eloise. After saving the record, the full name has been updated as well as the account name. Let's review the custom contact fields needed for this customization. First, we have a custom checkbox for Asian name format. The contact type is a custom pick list and used as a filter for workflow rules. The full name is a custom formula field that uses a hyperlink so that it's clickable. Preferred name is just a text field that is manually entered, depending on the preference of the customer. There's a minor update to the standard account type pick list field to include the individual value. Let's take a look at the process that is invoked when a new record is created. My process starts with a new contact. Whenever a new contact is created or edited, the first entry criteria is new, or if the account is blank. In other words, you do not enter an account. Then we'll call an immediate action, which is my flow, and it passes it the contact ID as well as the account name. The account name is a formula which is constructed right here. If the Asian name format is equal to true, then it's last name first, otherwise it's first name first. In case the user changes the names or unchecks or checks the Asian name format, they will update the name of the account accordingly. The flow is quite simple. There are only two elements to it. The account is created using the name passed to it from the calling process, and the subsequent element updates the contact account lookup fields. The first element is simply a create records element, which will create one account record. The name of the account will use the account name passed in from Process Builder, and I also want to set the account type equal to individual. I will also store the newly created account ID to use in the subsequent element. The next element is update records element, which will update the contact record which started this process, and it will update the account lookup field using the account ID I just created. That's all there is to it. See you next time.